Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is 11:54, nearly midnight on a Friday, and as you can probably tell from my outfit and the bags around me, I just came back from Universal Studios, Beijing. So for those of you who already know me would probably know that I work two jobs between advertising and content creation online, and also kind of have a reputation established as a super workaholic. And to be honest, my workload right now, as Double 11 approaches and end of year review is happening, is insane. I'm literally juggling my workload between 6 projects right now as we speak. But I still took a day off and flew to Beijing and went to Universal Studios just for the Harry Potter session. And friends and family have been super astonished. When I posted in my friend circle, everyone was like, Keely, what the hell are you doing there? It's not like I'm not allowed to go there, but they were just really surprised that in a moment where it's kind of peak season for our industry, I took a precious day out and went to a theme park. Whilst it may not seem like it in a lot of the content or the way I carry myself, but I actually am a really big Harry Potter fan, or I'd like to call myself a Potterverse believer. So in explaining to my friends why I took the day off and ended up looking like this in Beijing, I suddenly realized that I have a very interesting story to tell about how I got into the world of Harry Potter. So I just thought before I pass out completely in bed, I wanted to do a quick video and share with you guys of how magic or Harry Potter has basically transformed my life. I have decided to do this video in English because when I was telling the story, because of my background as a hockey, because of me switching between languages, I couldn't help but to kind of bring forth the narration in a way that's very 中英夹杂，就是我讲这个故事的时候没有办法脱离这种多语言混杂的语言体系，然后我知道这样子在社交媒体上很容易被骂，所以我觉得我就直觉用了一个我比较舒服，而毕竟这个故事的 context 就是一个西方的魔法背景，所以还是英文版比较简单。So I just wanted this to be super quick. So I've decided to use a language that I'm most comfortable with right now. So Harry Potter and I started, sounds like I have an affair with him. No. I found my way into the magical world of Harry Potter when I was in year 7, 8-ish. I remember coming across the Chinese translation of it when it was already a best-selling success hit. And my first access was actually not the first book, but the second. So I came across the Chamber of Secrets before I found out it was a series. So I went back and read The Philosopher's Stone. And gradually, I found my way into Harry Potter and soon got obsessed. So naturally, I was looking forward to the sequels, which weren't completely out back then. And so gradually, as time went past, I was sent to the UK to study abroad because of SARS, and then I came back to Hong Kong and pursued studies in an international school. During all of which, I've already been so immersed in the world of Harry Potter. I've been buying additional books to the sequel. I've been trying to find my way to learn more about Potterverse. I've been reading Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them before it was becoming a proper big IP and movies coming out of it. And actually, when existing materials weren't enough to satisfy my appetite, I found out a world that is known as fanfiction, and I've been immersed in it since then. And really, entertainment for me back then was like fanfiction. I soon found my way into the world of English fanfictions and Chinese fanfictions, which back then was like 晋江就是中文的哈利波特同人小说的大本营. And I spent an excessive amount. I'm known as the girl that goes around and just reads on her laptop, on her phone, on whatever devices that were available back then. And being immersed in that category, I've grown to make friends across the community, be it writers, authors, loyalists, readers, editors, illustrators, even though we were all just internet acquaintances back then. And because it was a Chinese website environment, naturally we kind of connected further beyond on Chinese social media platforms like Weibo. Despite being a beauty blogger right now, if you go back all the way to year 2011 or something, my first ever Weibo post was a draft for a cover I was trying to draw for a good friend of mine who wrote many fanfiction novels for Harry Potter. And so Harry Potter and the fanfiction world was kind of where I started to make friends from the mainland as a native honky and familiarizing myself with the world there, with the platforms there, with internet slangs, with the culture. And gradually, I just felt like I'm a lot more connected to mainland China than a lot of my native local Hong Kong peers. And I've had the privilege of that access before even university. And so naturally, when I went into uni, I made a lot of friends with mainland students who were studying in Hong Kong. I went to HKUST. It's known for having a very large population of mainland students. Then because I pursued an advertising career, Ogilvy was my first job and I spent almost 5 years there. And because of my understanding and learnings of the local platform, I was actually promoted in a much quicker pace than many of my peers of my age in my status. Because, I mean, even when we were working in Hong Kong as a market, we were targeting inbound mainland tourists. So naturally, a couple of years later, I found a really good opportunity for me to move myself to Shanghai, and I gladly accepted it. A lot of people have been asking me, Keely, you're a native honky. How is your Mandarin so good? To a point where my Mandarin is now, not that I'm calling it perfect, but I guess I could say it's better than most native honkies. And to a point where I'm being questioned on my Hong Kong heritage, where people are like, your Mandarin is so good, you can't possibly be from Hong Kong. My parents were both born and raised in Hong Kong. I grew up pretty much my entire life in Hong Kong. I studied in Hong Kong just in international school. I went to a local Hong Kong university. Like, how Hong Kong could my background further be? But because of my language skills, because of how I picked up accents across, and because of my unusual familiarity and immersiveness into the local culture over here. Anyway, it's just that's kind of a different story. But looking back, when I was trying to explain to friends and people around me on why I took the time out to go to the Harry Potter studio, and looking back, really, I established my career today in advertising and social media because I'm one of the rare honkies that know mainland very well, and just one of the many crazy possibilities that were enabled to me across my community and obsession for fanfiction. There was this one friend that I made in this network of fanfiction lovers where we were just obsessing over his novels, where we were just, you know, your regular internet friends. We share novels, we share hobbies, we chat occasionally, we've never met, and we vaguely know what each other does, but never really. And we chat and we talk shit, and and a couple of years into my career, over a specific occasion, I found out that her day job was actually in the entertainment industry, and that she is the manager of one of the mainland idols. 就是她是我曾经的一个小墙头的经纪人。几年来的网友突然变成了你工作上的人脉，以及甚至是你喜欢的另外一个圈子的重要构成部分。It just feels so unbelievable. And I cannot even, and really the list could just go on and on and on of how my network, of how the knowledge I've acquired across my years of fanfiction hunting has somehow fueled and enabled my work in weird ways. I'm still thoroughly amazed by how everything just connects and happens. So it wasn't until this trip where I got to come in a very rushed fashion, but I was chatting to my friends about it, and I had a chance to sit back and review and realize that really my career ended up today like this. It's magic in real life. I'm doing this video not because I'm telling everyone go read Harry Potter now and fall madly in love with it, but not that, nor that I also know this is not a kind of experience that's very relatable or valuable for reference or worth referring to. But I just thought I'd share a story where a book or a series of a book and a passion kind of just took effect across time and enabled things that you would have never thought were possible. And coming to September season, where career topics are trending across different social platforms, I just want to say, regardless of whether you're looking for a job, where you have a first job, where you've been in a job for a while, but coming from personal experiences, coming from what I see and observe throughout the industry, those that are driven by passion will always go further and faster. Passion is kind of, I wouldn't say shortcut, but it's a very powerful intrinsic propellant from a career perspective. So cliche as it is, but really find what matters for you, follow your heart. If you love something, go after it. Time and passion will prove to you how magical things are and how far it could take you to places where you have never imagined and enable successes that you just couldn't pre-plan for. Men could fail you. Men, women, people in general. You could never rule out the possibility of failing, but really passion and making an effort for what you're passionate for, that always works. So yeah, just a random little nighttime chat. I don't know if the story is inspirational. I don't know if the story is boring. I just thought I want to share with you guys. So night, I'm gonna go take off my makeup and sleep. And I should hopefully be sharing my USB vlog soon, sometime, more or less. Okay, so bye.